I absolutely love this tournament. I absolutely love this course. And for those of you out there who've been following along for the show, following along with the show for quite some time, you know that I personally always enjoy the challenging golf courses and the ones that are going to test all parts of your game. And that's what you get at Muirfield Village, especially after Jack Nicklaus's redesign in 2020. It was actually kind of cool. I remember when John Rahm was on his way to winning that tournament in 2020, they were actually digging up the course like during the middle of the Sunday round. Like after the last pairing had gone off and they were on like 8, they started like digging up like the first and second holes and stuff. They were literally getting into the work while the tournament was still going on.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a really cool scene, but Jack absolutely beefed this place up. And it seems like I figure he could not have been very happy that Patrick Cantlay in 2019 won this thing at 19 under par. He was like, this is no birdie fest. And it seemed like he was kind of realizing that guys were figuring out ways to overpower this golf course a little bit. So he went back to the drawing board and made plenty changes around this place. He added 150 yards of distance. He, in particular, too, really bulked up on those par fives and added different tee boxes to make those holes a little bit more difficult because those had started to get eaten apart a little bit by the PGA Tour's finest. And the interesting thing about the putting surfaces here, kind of since Jack's latest redesign, there have been some interesting splits on these surfaces here. I believe last year, 89% of the putts within 10 feet went in. So I've heard that they roll so firm that sometimes they kind of help out poor putters be a little bit better. So we've kind of seen guys who may not necessarily be known for what they do on the greens perform better in that department at this course because the greens are so firm. But all in all, it's going to play as one of the most difficult non-major tournaments on the schedule. I absolutely love to watch these, and I'm excited to see the players, get frustrated and get challenged and find themselves in tricky spots where they're going to have to make a remarkable save throughout their round in order to kind of keep the momentum going. So it means a lot to the players, means a lot to Jack, and it's an awesome event that I can't wait to get started tomorrow.
I'm with you, man. I don't really love what you said about it helping out bad putters because you're kind of leading me back into Scotty Scheffler, wanting to bet him at like plus 600 or whatever the hell his odds are, which we'll get to. But good Lord, man. Like the only thing that guy can't do right now, if there is a flaw in his game, is putt. And he can still like somehow finish 3 under every single round. Like it's actually fucked up. But I'm with you what you're saying about this tournament and with the course. I mean, I'm very excited to get this thing going. But yeah, I mean, I guess, Jack, we can kind of just go ahead and get into it. We start at the top of the board. It's Scotty Scheffler, obviously, who is the favorite for this tournament. As I'm pulling up the odds here, he is plus 6.5 to 1. John Rahm, plus 750. You got Cantlay, who's 10 to 1. Xander Schauffele, 12 to 1. And then 14 to 1 is Rory, who, wow, you can find him at like, at the 5th best odds. I mean, like, I'm not used to really seeing this. We've kind of seen him in this range. We saw him, I think it was, 19 to 1 we were able to grab him at pretty recently. I think it was the major. So I don't know, Jack, what are your thoughts here about the top of the board? We know how good the first 2 names are on the list. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think you can make a case for all of these guys basically this week, particularly the first 3 you referenced. But I'm going with an interesting strategy this week, Joey. I'm not going to play any of these guys. I don't really know how I'm going to feel about it because I think a lot of people are playing these guys this week. But I'm not going to bet on anyone under 20 to 1 this week, believe it or not.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Coming from you, there's at least one.
If there was one for me, I just buck up and pay for Scotty Scheffler.
That's fair. Totally fair. I have not bet anyone at the top either, which is not unheard of for me. But if I am going to pay for someone, it's going to be, I mean, you cannot argue against Scheffler or Rahm.
Yeah.
I won't do it. I won't tell you not to bet him. I just can't. If I am going to bet someone at the top, though, I'm going to start at that 10-1 number for Patrick Cantlay. It just seems like the no-brainer option outside of those two, and there's a reason why he's the third best favorite here.